Okay. All right. I think I got everything. Uh, I was kind of lagging behind. It's already 9:17. All right. I got something huge to show everybody, but I'm going to have to wait just for, I don't know, maybe when the market opens. I might be able to do it once it opens and settles down. I'm going to show everybody something that's pretty huge. I fixed the problem that I was having yesterday with the DOM prototype, so that's all fixed. Right now, we've got some selling that's going on. Here, let me shut my door. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, all right. So we got a little bit of selling going off. I kind of fixed the issue I was having with the DOM over there, and it seems like it's working. Let me make sure. Running a little bit late, but hey, it is what it is. Okay. Yesterday, I deleted the live video yesterday because I was having issues with the DOM. It was just kind of just doing a little crazy stuff. It was just a threading issue, and it was throwing some exceptions and things, and I just had to go fix the threading issues for C sharp. So NinjaTrader runs on C sharp. Really, I'm not going. I'm not going to go over the news just because well, we ain't got very much news going on. We had the PPI this morning. That was good. And then at 1 o'clock, I think we have Trump speaking, so that can definitely move the market. I mean, heck, he can fart in the Oval Office, and it will move the market. So let's see what we got here. Um, yeah. So as far as for the profile, this is what we have here. Yesterday it was kind of a B-shaped profile. We are definitely trading below that. So 9:20. Yeah, I was running a little bit late. Also, I didn't put out there that I was streaming today, so who knows? But I got something to show people possibly in about 20, 30 minutes, probably about 10 o'clock. I'll uh, show people. It's something that's pretty big that I've been working on. Uh, and it's not the Dom. The Dom, I mean, I was getting ready to say it was easy to throw together. No, it really wasn't. But all the data that I'm getting, all the market data I'm getting and the, level 2, um, information, I'm able to build out the DOM pretty decently. There's some things I wanna do with the DOM, I'll go over that a little bit later. But right now, we are selling off. We've had a nice consolidation area. I mean, if we kinda look at this is what most people kinda look at. I've changed, like, the red, and I'm using blue violet. It has kinda grown on me. I don't know, but it looks pretty good. There's a, platform out there called Deep Charts. Fabio, one of the world's best scalpers, Fabio, who did I think the Robbins Cup. He was like first or second. I'm not sure, but Fabio is a fantastic scalper. I would love to sit down with that dude and buy him a couple of drinks and pick his mind apart. But hey, um, that's what we just have a big consolidation area, and then we kind of ran up yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, the day before. That was pretty good. And then we kind of sold off yesterday. There could have been it was like 150 point winner. There was somebody on the stream said they got a pretty decent run out of it, but that's the market profile. We have a nice B shape. That's bearish. The B, quite honestly, that is a bearish uh, sign that's going on. I'm trying to read the level 2 as well. We got 841. We got some resting orders and at 850. So we could be. It looks like we're going to be selling off today. What time is it? 9:22. Um, but yesterday we had a B shape on the volume profile. We are definitely trading below the point of control from yesterday. We're trading below the value area low right here. So that is definitely not good. We're trading below the value area low of this day. This day, I'm not sure exactly what that was, maybe the 23rd, I think. We could be coming down to the point of control to 473. If we come down to this area right around 757, 700, 750, you're going to find support right in here. I think from the 23rd, you'll find support. Uh, but the market will do what the market wants to do. That's one thing people have got to understand. The market's going to do what it wants to do. So we could find support around 700, 750 if we start dumping. Now, last night, I have been working on this to try to get historical data working halfway decent. I am going to throw a big update out. I mean, huge update out this weekend. I really got to start working on the site. The site needs some love. If you go to orderflowbars.com, uh, create a profile, download the indicator. Everything's free for while it's in beta. The DOM is not released yet. This is a prototype. I'm going to releasing an alpha build this weekend. I got to compile it and release that. You're not going to have to throw in the license key because it's in the code. It just uses the license key from this indicator here. There's a lot of code. When I take this out of beta and actually release it full, there's a lot of stuff I need to refactor. But I kind of worked on this indicator a little bit last night, and I think it's better when you actually reload it or apply something. It's a lot better than what it was with the tick replay. The tick replay for Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader is a fantastic platform. It really is. Holy smokes, I got that. I thought I fixed that. All right, you little. Wait a minute. Hold up. This could not be the DOM because 2 hours ago, not 2 hours ago, yesterday for 3 hours, I ran the DOM and there was no exceptions thrown, but I do think I know what the problem is. It's what I'm going to show people at around maybe 9:45, 10 o'clock. There's some performance stuff that I need to fix. Something huge I'm going to show people. Um, I've been working on it for quite a while. Um, I've been staying up late at night and getting up early in the morning working on it. And I'll show you that in about 15, 20 minutes. I'll show you that. If you can't stick around, just go back to the site later tonight and I will be uploading a video showing people. It's not compiled. It's not ready for people yet, but I hope I can get it done this weekend. There's a lot of stuff I need to get done this weekend. I got to help my mom out with some stuff. But I'm hoping I can get the DOM will definitely be compiled and released in alpha for people to download and use that this weekend. What I really want is just for people to just see how the performance is for the DOM. And you're going to need level 2. I use Bullnox level 2. It's like $14 a month. I don't get all the CME stuff, but I do get like the ES, the NQ, things like that. I don't think I get like gold, silver, oil, but I don't trade that stuff, so it doesn't matter. I don't think it gets the bonds either. I'm not sure. But I tried trading oil years ago, but kind of suck at it. Kind of blew up an account. Uh, Not a fake prop firm account. Blew up my real money about I think it was around $2,000. I blew up because I've been trading before the futures even came out. Alrighty. What we got? 29, 27. Uh, yeah, market's taking a dump. We got support at 800. We got a 40 lot resting order there. Uh, I'm on a 1 minute chart. I kind of switched back to a 1 minute chart. I want to see how this works. I mean, a 2 minute chart is nice. But 1 minute chart, I kind of switched back over to that. I wanted to see how this indicator, the update that I did, works. Uh, but that exception, that message you saw, was something I'm going to be showing here maybe in about 15 minutes. But the only news we got is Trump is speaking at 1 o'clock. So that could move the market. So we got some stacking orders. We got 106 lot that just kicked off down here. We got some 40 and 56 up in here. So this area. And I also got to modify the code. Now that I think I've fixed most of the issues with reloading the chart and historical data. I mean, you're not going to be getting like 2, 3 days of historical data, but also these bubbles, there's a limit. It's hard coded in the code. There's a limit to it. Like I think I have it set to only show 1,000 bubbles. And the reason for it is just because of performance issues. I can't be loading up like 3, 4, 5,000 bubbles. The system would just take a dump. Um, but yeah, we're starting to push up. This is, as you can see right here on the trades, it kind of faded away a little bit. We got 134 lot that we got to get past. It has 194 negative delta right there. Uh, I don't know if you can see it on the stream that well, but you'll be able to see it pretty easily once you download it this weekend. The DOM is going to be ready uh, by 6 p.m. Sunday. We opened up. Let me clear this out. I forgot. I was running my mouth, forgot to clear it. Just realized we were open. Um, okay. We had 134 lot kicked up. I have 106 right there. Yeah, boy, that really. All right, I gotta wait until the market settles down before I show you the one thing that I've been working on for quite a while. Working late at night, early morning for it, getting about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But there's before I release it in an alpha. Yep, that's definitely it. It's not the DOM because I was running that, but it could be. I'll just have to write some of the code that I've done for this thing that I'm going to show in about 10 minutes. We're kind of we're definitely bearish. As definitely bearish. We are not looking too swift here. This right here, we got a lot in that D shape right there. I think on the 19th or something, the 20th, and the 19th. We got all this area that was accumulated. What I'm thinking, if we lose this 480, if we lose the 480, we could come down here and test the 735's 675 area, possibly. Uh, really depends on what people want to do. The first 5 minutes, personally, I would just sit on my hands and wait. First 5 minutes really wouldn't do anything. Because, I mean, the first 5 minutes, the market goes, oh, wow, this is going to be a pain. I should have done that, but hey. Uh, so the 134 lot, it got caught. And the thing, I don't like trading the first 5 minutes because this 106, we have support down here. Um, I mean, if you did try to catch that 134 short, I mean, you could have gotten like maybe 20, 30 points on that if you were quick. I just don't like trading the first 5 minutes. And here's the thing, if you have to sit here for a few hours and wait for at least one decent trade and make yourself 500 bucks, then why not go for it, right? Why not go for it? Just go ahead and sit and wait. There's always trades. And a lot of people think that as a professional trader, you need to be clicking buttons all the time, and that's not correct. I know a lot of these content creators and the gurus that live stream, well, most of them probably don't even live stream because they're just hindsight traders to show you afterwards. Um, and I'm not no guru. I'm just some old fart that's been trading for 10 years on futures. We got 167 lot that's not getting rewarded. That's taking a little bit of heat right now. But the thing is, they got absorbed up in this area and they're taking heat, but you got a 134 lot down here. So, I mean, you got this whole area from like 820 to like 900 that we could ping pong back and forth. This is why I sit on my hands for the first at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I don't even trade. I just sit on my hands. We got 207 positive delta up there. And if the profile, yeah, and we're kind of moving down right now. I've got this tick bend to 4. So each price level is 1 point. It's just 1 point. Um, maybe I should have switched that to 2 before the market opened up. But hey, bubble volume is set to 30. And I'll show people my settings real quick. Oh yeah, this thing is what I'm going to show you is lagging the system because there's some performance things that I really need to fix on it. The enable heat map ladder, that's going to be removed because well, you have the level 2 DOM right here. Bubbles, I have set the bubble ticks 4, minimum volume to 30. Yeah, that what I'm getting ready to show you is lagging the system pretty heavily. I got some performance code I got to modify. Um, okay. This is my settings that I have. And the imbalance settings is set to 4 and 3. Persistent trading, I have set that up to persistent duration ticks of 3 and minimum volume per level is set to 10. Basically, what that means is it has to tick up like a quarter, half, 3/4. It cannot tick down. If it ticks down one time, it's invalid. So it has to tick up 3 times with a minimum volume of 10 to even be accepted as persistent volume. So yeah, we could just ping pong back and forth from the 167 to 134. I mean, if you were quick, you possibly could have gotten uh, that short right there. But right here, we got the sellers right here. We have sellers. We have a 40, 56, 134. They are definitely taking heat. They probably covered once this broke. They definitely covered. Um, I'm pretty sure. I know I would. Uh, yeah, what I'm showing you is lagging the system. Uh, there's some performance things I got to fix. It'll all get fixed. Uh, it's not going to be released Sunday because I'm gonna have to test it next week. But I will be streaming it next week. I'll be streaming a little bit of it today. And the order flow bars indicator that's on the chart here. This has been thorn in my butt, to be quite honest. But I'm definitely going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep iterating on it, making it better. The DOM right here is pretty good. What I do need to add for the DOM, I need to add some market buttons. That's going to be down below. Also another thing that I fixed that got working is when you resize it. Yeah, I might have to. It'll recenter when you resize. Let me. Oh yeah. All right, I might as well show you what I've been working on for a while. Um, that's why there hasn't been a lot of updates for order flow bars. This indicator on the chart. Um, I kind of built out the DOM just because I have the data. I have the data, so I kind of built out the DOM, reusing a lot of the logic that's already in the code. So the DOM was like a visual thing I had to build out, like the UI, and I'm using WPF, uh, C sharp. That's what Ninja Trader uses, and it's fantastic. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't going to show you quite yet. We could be getting a break here. Um, we got resting order at 900. They're probably going to go for that 900 and get that. If you're going for a breakout, you got to understand that when you're trying to trade a breakout like this, you have to understand. You got to really look at the delta, make sure that's climbing. You have to read this tape, and you have to read in between right here in the trades column. These filled orders right now, they're pretty heavy, so they're not going to be breaking out. It's not going to be breaking out. It's pretty heavy. They're sitting on it up here at 74. We had 7, 12, 16, 12, 2, 5, 7, 12, 11. And then you look I mean, all those buyers got consumed and we just kind of drifted down. What I was looking for on the break, if you're trying to do a break of the high, you just don't you just don't buy the break of the high. You really need to see right here on the bid, you really need to be seeing some big players sitting on the bid. And you don't want to see um, a lot of people sitting on the ask with large orders. And for the NQ, when I'm talking about the NQ. You don't want to see like 100, 200 lot orders sitting on the ask. Uh, say the heat map is showing. We got a little bit of support down here. Uh, Yeah, okay, so I might as well show you what I've been, looking at. We're just gonna ping pong probably in between 134 and 167. So this is what I've been working on. There's some performance issues that I really need to fix. As you can see, that's popping up. But this right here, let me redo this. This is for, uh, Ninja Trader. Let me, redo minimum volume of 30. This is what I've been working on a little bit. there's some performance issues that I really need to get locked down. I really need to get these performance issues locked down on for this heat map. What this is called, I'm calling this order flow pulse. I can rename it later, but this is what I have been working on. There's a lot of things going on, and this is why it's lagging my system a little bit. Because if you try to drag the window, it kind of lags. And the reason for that is just because, well, there's a lot of stuff I have to paint on the window. I'm painting all these bubbles right here. I'm painting the resting orders, the heat map of all the areas. Like at 914, there was a lot of people sitting on the bed down here. There's a lot of stuff being drawn, and that's why it was not locking the system up, but really slowing it down is because of this right here. And this right here, this yellow line is where we're currently trading at. We're trading at 810. Then we had another 31. We had 31 bubbles show up, and we have a little bit of buying coming in there. But I have the minimum volume set to 30. We have down here at, oh, this is kind of hard to see. At 787, we have some people sitting, some resting orders at 787. As you can see here, probably 788. It's probably that 55 resting order down there. That's what you're seeing as far as this blue line. And we got a big order just got filled down there. We got a lot of selling in here, and the delta is pretty negative, and I'll explain to you why, but it looks like they got absorbed, and we're pushing back up. Okay, so now Bookmap. I want to explain something to people. Bookmap is huge. Bookmap is huge. I will be totally honest with you. I am one developer. I've been building software for over 15 years. I was a senior software engineer for Booz Allen Hamilton in DC. Worked with them for years. I got laid off. I'll be honest with you. I got laid off because there wasn't much going on. That I don't know what was going on with the company, but I'm not going to talk bad about them. Awesome company. If you want to work for Booz Allen Hamilton, fantastic, awesome company. And I'd go back to work for them. But I got laid off, and I just had to make a decision. So I'm trying to trade for a living, and also I just made a decision. I'm like, screw this. I'm just going to build my own software. In the future, I would love to be able to build my own trading platform in the future, and I will do it. I just need either I need a big dog investor to give me a couple $1,000,000 to hire a couple guys, and we'll build it out, or I could try to build it out myself. I haven't had that. Would be kind of hard to do, but I picked NinjaTrader just because NinjaTrader is huge. It's big in the prop firms. It's really big. Uh, but I picked NinjaTrader. It's C#. I kind of wish it was Rust. I kind of like that better. But hey, but Bookmap is huge. There's no way I can compete with Bookmap. But there's so many new traders, and I'll be quite honest, when you're paying for platform fees, when you're paying for level 2, you're paying for evals, and then you got to pay $100 a month if you're trading futures for Bookmap, then all of a sudden you're up like $200-300 that you have to make every single month just to break even. I mean, so if I can build something out in NinjaTrader that people can use, we got some resting orders right here at 912. They got filled. We got 66 lot. They just got not 66 lot. I'm sorry. This is different. These bubbles, this is all the volume coming in, but it has to be a minimum volume of 30. And that is per tick. I need to, like right here in the DOM right here, it's been to 4. And I need to add that to this pulse right here. I need to add that because, for one, NQ trades like a hyped up squirrel in Red Bull. Um, and I need to just do 1 point. But you're going to have a setting. If you want to go per tick, that's fine. You're going to have a setting. Um, you can have a setting to go like only show minimum volume of 50. And this is only going to show 50 right here. We got a resting order down here at 860. If you so this is going to show all of the 50 for the minimum volume. And also what I have here is, as you can see here, that green right there is kind of, it's kind of light in the middle. Okay, this is kind of light up here. That 73 is kind of light. That 204 is kind of real dark green. What that is that's telling you in this area right here, there was high delta. So the darker the circle, the more delta. And delta is just the difference between like up, down volume. It's just the difference. Like up here, this 52 doesn't have very much delta. It's kind of almost, it is positive delta, but the 67 is real high delta right there. That's real high delta. And this yellow line that's going across, that yellow line going across, that is the current price. And you can barely see it, but there's a black line, then there's kind of like a green line. That's the bid and the ask. There's more work that I need to do for this. So let's go back to minimum volume of 20 and see more. Right here in this column right here, this is the live price right here. And we just switched back over to a live price. Now, no bubbles are going to print until we get a minimum volume of 20 for 1 tick. There we go. For 1 tick. That's why I want to put in tick binning. I want to put in tick binning so we can just group it up. You can group it up to like 2 ticks if you want to just go like half, whole, like 37, 37 half, 38, 38 half, things like that. Or if you do what I do and just go for like a whole 1 point, you can just tick merge it to 4. And that's called binning, tick binning. Also, what I would like to do with this is I would love to be able to have up here in the header like a status of where we're at, like the volume weight average price, the VWAP, are we above it, below it, things like that. And also have a notification system right here where it would say in the user setting, like you might have it set to 75 delta surge. And what a delta surge means is if we're trading at let's say a negative, let's say you set the delta to like 100, and then all of a sudden we're trading at a negative 50 delta, and we have a delta surge and it goes positive 50 within like a split second. That's a delta surge. Within like 500 milliseconds, that is a delta surge. That means buyers are really stepping in on the tape. So this is what I have been working on. This column is just the live data right here. But this is what I've been working on. And actually, if we just go to 30, we go to 30 and only show bubbles of 30, you'll probably get a pretty good reading. Also, I want to be able to, this is what I would like to do, is have the option up here for the merge. This is the 1 minute. This is 1 minute. I just defaulted it to 1 minute. This is 1 minute. This column is a live column. Nothing is showing up because I have a minimum volume of 30, and that has to be a minimum volume of 30 per tick. So that's pretty substantial. Now, if you tick merge it to 4, which I'm going to have that set up, if you tick merge it to 4, then that's going to be pretty easy to get to 30. Yeah, like we had a 32 volume just kick off on that 24.9 1/4. It looks like. And then down here we have the resting orders. It's a heat map for the resting orders. I need to work on that right there. Right up in here at around 912, up in this area, you had it in the past, right around 940, you had some heavy asks sitting on there because it's real dark red. And the yellow line is the current trading price. So it looks like we got some resting orders down here, and if we look at 737, so yeah, that's right around down in that area. But what I need to do, I need to cache how I'm painting these bubbles uh, using C# with NinjaTrader. That's what I did last night. I modified the DOM code. I kind of refactored it and did a lot of caching because for the plain chart, if you look at the plain chart right here, for the plain chart, this is easy. This is easy on the system and it runs really smooth, and it's easy on the system because I'm not painting a lot of stuff on here. And painting just means, hey, the bubbles. You have to use a brush paint to paint that. Uh, the bubble profile up here, that needs to be painted. The text needs to be painted. The everything needs to be painted persistent. Buy-in, persistent. So all that needs to be painted. So when you do a paintbrush and you just kind of have to cache some of the stuff and just refactor a little bit of code to be able to cache it and reuse it. And that's what I need to do for this. And also I need to do some thread locking because that's what the error is that's popping up. It's just I'm trying to I'm trying to use a thread to write and read, and it's just thread locking issue I need to fix. That thread locking issue is not a problem right now. What is a major problem for this right here is all the painting. All this right here is you using up memory. At 922 on to now is using up memory, and the garbage collector for NinjaTrader, well, C#, the garbage collector for C# has to go in and collect all this, and it's just it's having to constantly do it on my system because I'm painting too much and I need to cache a lot of things. So there's some performance things I need to fix. Probably within a week, I'll have this so smooth, it's gonna be really good. It'll be really smooth. I kinda used it, for the PPI, and it kinda kept up. It was okay, it kinda kept up. It was kinda smooth, but I really want this to run as smooth as glass. Uh, and it will get there. It will get there. We're not doing very much today, I don't think. Yeah, in between the 134 and that 167, we kinda popped up a little bit. Okay, so, uh, I kinda missed the trade just by showing you this, but, I can go over it right now, if you wanted I wouldn't go short here, and the reason why is just because we are just up, down, up, down. We're just kinda consolidating, we're not really going anywhere. You're right in the middle of a channel, and this is a big, huge channel that we're forming. I mean, if we go from here to here, that's like 125 point channel. So we're kinda like going in between, and we're right in the middle of just consolidation. You look at this on like a 5-minute chart, you probably see a bunch of consolidation. You really need to be able to break out of this, and this might be one of these days. It's already 10 o'clock, and we really haven't had anything. I mean, you possibly got that 167 that got caught, that got absorbed up here because we closed below it, but what are you gonna do? Take take a short down here and get stopped up. I mean, your stops way up here at 167. I mean, yeah, see, like right now, you don't want to be going short for this 37. For one, that's not a really large uh, sell. You want to see like 100 and some, and then trying to go down. That's what you really want. And also, we're just trading back and forth, back and forth. That's consolidating. Ain't nothing going on. I guess people wanted to see what Trump's going to do, what he's going to talk about at 1 o'clock. And when Trump gets on and talks, I guess he's talking on TV. I don't know. I don't follow the government stuff anymore. I could care less. Uh, I'm just politically agnostic. Be quite honest, I hate both of them. I mean, I'll be real honest, and people might find this funny, but I'll be real honest. The market's kind of slow. I'll tell you my perspective on things. I'll tell you my perspective on things. Here, let me make sure. Yeah, I'll tell you my perspective on things. We really haven't had a real president since Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton, this will show you how old I am. I'm an old fart. Been trading for 10 years, been slinging code and writing software for 15 years. We ain't had a real president since Bill Clinton. The economy was halfway decent. It was really good. And he was a man's man. I tell you, Bill Clinton was a man's man. And we need Bill Clinton back. Now, some of you might disagree because of the Monica Lewinsky thing, cigars, Monica Lewinsky. But hey, the economy was decent. People had money in their pocket. So we need Bill Clinton back in the office. And the only thing that you need to get him to do is just be like, yo, Bill Clinton, be you. We'll give you a box of cigars and we'll give you a free subscription to the Tinder app and go at it. Just get the economy back and running. Okay? That's my perspective. We ain't had a real president since Bill Clinton, the man's man. Give him a box of cigars in the Tinder app and he'll be good to go. Okay, what's going on? Okay. All right. All right, later. Oh, hey. Sorry, the wife came in. Hey, what's up? Yeah, good job there. Yeah, the wife don't open the door to the office unless it's important. Um, okay. Yeah, we ain't doing much. We're just sitting here kind of consolidating, going back and forth. I mean, this might be a day where you might not take any trades. I mean, let's be honest. We got some sellers right here. We got some buyers right here that got absorbed. They kind of moved down. Nothing's really going on, to be quite honest. Let's go back to this heat map. Ain't nothing going on. Yeah. This is a 1 minute right here. And what I would like to do, once I lock down the performance issues with this, and because there's a lot of stuff on here that I'm trying to draw as far as like the level two. We got some resistance up there around 828, I think. I don't know. It's right up here. This yellow line, that's the current price. That red line and the green line, that's just a bid and the ask. When it's real wide, that means the spread is pretty big. And I ran this. I ran the pulse indicator. I ran this during PPI, and the bid and the ask, the red and green line, man, they really spread apart like 5 points. I mean, when you see something like that, you just stay away because you're going to get screwed by the market makers. You're going to get screwed, and you better just wait. Okay, so I have the minimum volume set to 30. This is not released to the public yet. Neither is the DOM. The regular indicator is released. the regular indicator is released. Uh, we're kind of coming up here, but I mean, I'll be honest with you. I like trading off of a Dom. I've traded off a Dom for years. I traded on the Jigsaw trading platform. I just threw up a daily and a 5-minute chart on the window, and then I just traded off the Dom and scalped me like 10 points. I'm good to go. I mainly trade off the Dom. We're coming up here to the high. We got some people sitting on the ask up here. You got 67 lots sitting on the ask. Yeah. So that kind of skipped a beat, and it's because of this right here. This pulse indicator is kind of lagging the system a little bit. There's a lot of code that I need to fix and wrap up here, to be quite honest. Yeah, don't be buying breakouts up here. You want to wait for when it pulls back. This congested area right here, we have a lot of delta up in here that we lost. So we're kind of drifting down. We got support, as you can see right here at 915, 912. You see right there, the dark blue. This column right here is the current. 1 minute. This is a 1 minute. That's the current 1 minute. And okay, we got 32 volume that kicked off. We got some resting orders down here. That's high delta. That bubble right there, that green bubble that kicked off, that's kind of low delta. This is kind of high delta, so we're around 17. Yeah. And we got orders that looked like it popped up, then they kind of went away. We got some spoofers up in here. Um, this is we got some spoofers up in here. Um, yeah, we ain't doing very much. We're not doing very much. We got some sellers down here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. We've been open for a half an hour. Okay. This could be a boring day. I have no idea. I mean, in the next 5 minutes, it could kick off and be amazing. But I'm going to tell you something. What I'm not seeing. This is. I know people are looking at it. Okay, 134. If you were quick, you probably could have gotten that short, got him offside, and picked yourself up maybe 15, 20 points. Who knows? Um, but when you look at this right here, this chart, we'll go back to the pulse indicator. What we're missing right here, what you don't see on the chart is very, very important. You're not seeing the big dogs, the institutions playing today. That's what is missing. So when I see this, when I don't see a lot of orders, like yesterday when I was streaming, oh, it was a good day. I think someone picked up 300 ticks or something like that. I mean, it was like 100. It was like 100-point day. That was a good day. Okay, and I think I walked uh, when I was on the stream. I walked people right through the trade and why it was good. And yesterday was a good teaching session because it showed the real auction market theory of finding value and then balancing and finding value again and then balancing. It was good. But we had large participators. We had the institutions. We had the large participators. And I'm talking about like Citadel, Goldman Sachs, all the big boys. They were coming in and playing yesterday, but you're not seeing them now. You're not seeing large participants pushing the market around. Maybe they're waiting for 1 o'clock for Trump to start talking. At 1 o'clock, the market will move. I mean, Trump can fart in the Oval Office and the market will rally or dump. That's just the way it is. But we're missing large participants. So when I see this, I don't want to trade. That's just me. I don't want to trade. Now, could you make money off of these right here and try to off of this area right up in here? Well, you could, but you only got like 37, 31, 36 slides. You only got about 100 lot. I mean, if they get caught on the wrong side, yeah, sure, I guess you can come up here and make yourself 50 points. But uh, to me, when I look at this, I don't see an edge. I don't see an edge. Right here was an edge. I had 106 six lot. That's nice. I see that 134 and we closed green. It would have been really nice if we closed above it, but once we started breaking that area right there, yeah, you could have scalped yourself. If you were quick on the buttons, you could have probably scalped yourself 20 points. Uh, when you see this large 167 get absorbed up here, it had stacked and bounced, and that got absorbed. You could have came down here, maybe got that, but then it kind of came back up. There's not much going on, to be quite honest. I'm not seeing really good setups. We have double stacked and balanced area right there. But be careful. Why? Because you got people sitting on the ask up here. Let's look at the heat map. Whoop, whoops. Where's the heat map? Yeah, you see them up here? They're sitting up there. They're sitting up there around 70, 72. I guess this thing's kind of jumping around. We got 53 got filled. That's the volume. That's not just one large order. That's just accumulating the whole volume. And we're trading right here. That yellow line, maybe I need to make that thicker. But yeah, we're green. We're starting to push up. And then we're running. We'll probably test up in here into this area up here at like 900 maybe. I don't what 25,000. This thing's jumping around. Man, I got to add the tick merge for this. This is driving me nuts. Because I'm looking at the level. I'm looking at the DOM over here, and I see nice smooth at 980 at 987. We got some resting orders sitting up there. We got a 40 resting order. That's but we got up here large resting orders. And as you can see here on the heat map, you can see them. We've got in the past we had some large resting orders up here, and they got filled, and we're kind of pushing back down. Now, where's your support? Your support could be up in this area right here. Uh, you've got light. So what's different from this in Bookmap is an awesome desktop app. Amazing. I can't build anything like that. But what I can build is something like this that could probably give you a good idea if you're just using the bubbles and the heat map and everything. Yeah, I could get you there. Um, right here in this area, you have some support right around in this area, like 953, 50 area. And the way I'm looking at this is if you look at this, these 34s that just got in, that volume, because I have a minimum volume of 30, that volume that's coming in, this is just a 1 minute. This column right here that where nothing's printing, that's the current 1 minute. Those shaded bubbles, the opacity of those bubbles was very light. That means there's low delta. When you like the 63 right here, when it's dark green, that means it's high delta. And that's what you want to see. You want to see dark green, like that 42. If you're looking to get this break and you see a dark red 42 bubble, that means it's big delta. More delta than these little light green small bubbles right here. Yeah, that's big delta. That means you got a lot to go through right there. And if you look on the DOM, it's like negative 50 delta. So right up in here in the 71 area. So and look what we're doing. We're drifting down and then when popping back up. And market's a little wacko today. So right here, you had a stacked and balanced area. I mean, and you had persistent buy-in. That's 3 ticks, constantly up with a minimum volume of 10. I mean, if you got in this area, your stop's down here. So you're looking at about a 20-point stop, maybe 15, 20 points, and it came up here. I mean, if you put your stop below this persistent buying right here, you get yourself about 15 points. That's like a 1 for 1. I mean, this is a valid trade because we're sloping upwards. It's a valid trade. This is not a valid trade because this right here, that stacked and balanced got absorbed. That's not a valid trade. This is. We're sloping upwards. I don't know where the VWAP is because I took it off and I didn't add it back this morning, but hey. But we're more than likely we're trading above the VWAP, to be quite honest. We're trading above the New York session VWAP at 930. Okay, more than likely. Uh, it's just volume weighted average price, and I can kind of look at a profile to see that. But the institutions use VWAP. They really do. They don't use it like we do. They don't look at charts and do Fibonacci retracements and all that. They got a different way of thinking and trading than you and I do. We're just about a small percentage of if you took this trade, I'd be getting out because for one, we're below the persistent buy-in on this 1 minute. I switched over to a 1 minute chart. We had per stacked sell and bounce right here. So if you got in down here, just lock in some profits, move to a break even. That's how I trade. Uh, would I be buying, not buying, would I be selling this to short it? No. Why? Because we're running up. We're above the VWAP. We're running up. We're sloping upwards. So many people and these gurus, and some of these streamers, they'll sit there and buy the highs and be like, oh, it can't go any higher. And then it goes higher. Oh, it can't go no lower. Well, yesterday it went lower. I wonder how many of those gurus blew accounts. And what they don't show you is they got like 50 accounts. They blow 10 of them and they get 5 of them that look good. And then they show you the 5 that look good. I mean, they're just prop farming, gambling degenerates, to be quite honest. I'm hoping that I can build some indicators that will help people trade. And what I've learned in the past 10 years is pass it on. See, even if you took this trade, yeah, you're green. Okay. It's not ideal for me. It's just not ideal. For one, we're not really doing much today. I don't see any big participants. That's what's and that's the problem. For the past 20 minutes, there's been no big participants. I got the minimum volume bubbles set to 30, and there's nothing going on. In the morning, you had a little 134, 167. Yeah, okay, that's some big participation, but it didn't last. It drifted off. Now we're not doing anything. So sit on your hands. Capital preservation. Pick your battles. Pick the battles that you know you can win. Sit on your hands and wait. If you have to sit here for 6 hours and then take one trade and that trade makes you $500, just sit there for 6 hours. But what the problem that people have is they can't sit there. They got to be clicking buttons. They got to be clicking. Always in the market, clicking them buttons. And that's not how professionals trade. I mean, if you're a hyper scalper, yeah. I mean, years ago, I used to hyper scalp on a 32 range chart. All right, we're kind of selling off. I don't see any support whatsoever. On the DOM, you got at 938, you got a little bit of resting orders right there. But on the Pulse window, I don't see anything, no resting orders that are really large to support it. Right down in here at around 938 area, you had a little bit in the past. You had some sellers step in, and not a lot of delta because the opacity of that bubble is kind of light. So the delta is kind of light. That's what that means. Okay, we got a little battle going on here. Also, what I would like to do for this is to be able to click and drag and be able to make it, um, like, widen it out. I do need to work on that. Um, but right now, the main thing for me to do after I stop streaming today, the main thing for me to do for this indicator or this add-on for this NinjaTrader add-on is to get the performance locked down so I can try and get this released next week. I would love to be able to get this released. We got a resting order up here at 952. It just got filled, 64. It was high delta, but we kind of sold off. They got absorbed. Nothing's going on. Uh, let's take a look at, let's switch over to a minimum of 50 volume, and you'll see the bubbles there. You can look at this, kind of like how I would do this is I would look at this and see where the large participation is. Where is the large participation? Because when you're looking at bubbles kind of like this, let's say we go to 5 volume. I mean, heck, I can't read that. Let's go to 20 volume. Whoops. Yeah, it's lagging. I need to fix the performance on this. Yeah, I understand you. I understand. I get you. Oh man, performance on this is bad when you do this. Might have to shut it down. Um, let's go back to 20. Um, it's just too much stuff to be painted on the screen. It's just a little too much. I think that's why Bookmap really doesn't do it. Uh, let's go. Let's go to 30. Um, because that's what we really have on our other main chart. So when you look at this, this right here, this column, the column where no bubbles are being printed, that's the 1 minute. I have it just hard coded to 1 minute right now. That can be an option in the future for people to change it. What you need to be looking at is in the past, where were the large participation going on? Okay. Now, right up here in this area, about 988, we have some big, large participation. We had 64 lot that came in. And on this heat map, I don't see any resting orders that are large on the bid or the ask. I don't see anything. Okay, so the previous 1 minute, we had no 30 volume bubbles. And that 30 volume is for one tick. That's why I need to do it like a tick merge. It's called binning. I need to bin like 4 ticks. All right, we got large resting orders up here at around 980, I think, up in this area where we had the 213, and that got filled and we kind of sold off. So if you're long and you're trying to get up there, you got to get through those resting orders up there. Here, let me try and do. No, I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, we got a large resting order right there. Whoop, just got filled. 43 lot. That's high delta because it's a dark bubble. That's a high delta. We had that resting order that just got filled, and we popped about what, a few points. I don't know. It's hard for me to see this because it moves so fast on the NQ. It just moves too fast. That's why I tick merge everything for the NQ. That's why I tick merge everything. This will be released hopefully next week. We got resting orders sitting up here where that 213 is. We got some uh, resting orders up there. It looks like we got 72 resting order at 980 right here. I can see on the heat map, and we got some resting orders that looks like we're coming in on here. I need to modify the codes so it doesn't show where I don't have to paint all this stuff for all the resting orders. I really need to work on this. Uh, but this is what I've been working on in uh, not as much with the other indicator. And the DOM, I really wanted to work on the DOM, and I need to add buttons for this so we can trade off the DOM. I love trading the DOM. That's just the way it is. Uh, if you gave me, it's like, hey, you have to use a candlestick chart or use the DOM like I'm seeing here. It's one or the other. I'll pick the DOM. I'll just pick the DOM. All right, we got a large resting order right there. Let's see if that gets filled. It got filled at 51. So we got pretty high delta right there at 51. That got filled. I mean, you could have popped and got yourself, I don't know, boy, this is hard for me to 57. So you probably could have got yourself maybe 3 to 5 points right now. We got some more resting orders up here at around 980. They're going for it. Um, Come on, go test them 980s. We got a 34 with a little bit low delta. We got a little bit more buying coming in. This is a 1 minute pulse chart that you're looking at. It's a NinjaTrader add-on that I'm going to hopefully be releasing next week. Take out them 75s. Take out the 75 resting orders. Take them out. Come on, you know you want it. You know you want it. You know you want it. We got some high delta up there. I mean, too at 980, we got a plus 175 delta. But this is just showing me we don't have any strength in the market because, like yesterday, there was a nice strength. Yesterday, we would have tested them 980s within a few seconds and filled them. You know you want them, go for them. There we go. What you got there, buddy? What you got? Not much. Not much. We got a 47 lotter that got filled. I can see it right here on the DOM. But minimum volume of 30 for this, we ain't got much. Yeah, so we slammed through them. We got some big resting orders up in here at 25,000. The big whole number that is big. We got some big resting orders up in here. We got some volume kicking in on the bubbles with some high delta. It looks like they're getting absorbed. They're not getting paid off. They're not getting paid off. Let's look to the left a little bit. We got that 213 lot that's not getting paid off. It looks like the shorts are just accumulating up in here off the buyers. So let's take a look at the other chart right here. As you can see, we're not doing very much. We're not doing very much. Not a lot of large participation going on. And that's the problem. That's why I won't be trading today. I'm not clicking buttons, getting in the market because there ain't nothing to do. I've been sitting here for an hour since 9:30. Well, I've been sitting here since way longer than that. Uh, at PPI, I kind of looked at that. Yeah, we had some big movement. We had some big movement on PPI. Uh, yeah, that was pretty decent. I didn't trade it. I just wasn't feeling it. We got some persistent buyers up here that got absorbed, so we could kind of drift back down. Where's your support? Well, your support's right here at about 895 because you got the big green 167. Ain't that big. Um, but you got some support right there. I basically wouldn't even trade anything. This could be a valid short because you had some uh, participation up in here with the buyers, but they got absorbed and we closed below it. You got a stacked selling balance, but today is the day that you scout for low points. Don't be trying to get them 25, 50 point runners because to me, you ain't getting that today. And if you are, you're lucky. If you do my style of trading, today is see money, take the money. You see the money, you take the money. You see that 5 points, you see that $100, you better move to a break even. break even plus one just to pay for commissions and slippage. Today is the day to see small money take small money. Don't be clicking buttons hoping for trades and blowing up your evals or your funded accounts or clobbering them. Today's not the day to do this, people. Today's not the day to do it. Don't be doing it because you'll be going after the market. You'll be like, oh man, why did I even take that trade? Why did I even trade today? Discipline. The less, trade less and make more. That's my motto. Trade less and make more. You have to be disciplined. Don't be listen to these gurus that are constantly clicking buttons or these prop farmers blowing 5 evals just to pass one of them. Yeah, do they make money? Yeah, they take about $20,000 and they make $50,000, make $30,000 for the month. Yeah. But my honest opinion, that's just not the way to go. I would love to be able to teach people how to legitimately trade the markets and navigate through the markets, when to get in, when to get out, because we don't know what's going to happen to these fake prop firms. We just don't know. In the past, you had some large resting orders up in here, up in this area, about 981. You have some large resting orders before. I don't see it now. This is the current right now. This column right here is the current 1 minute. Not seeing a lot of participation, little resting orders. You got some big resting orders up there. It's still sitting up there at 25,000. You see it up there? Just sitting up there. What's going to happen if the government says we've had enough of this crap? And we got some big resting orders right here. Well, I wouldn't say big. At 986 and 89, 90, you got some resting orders. You saw on the heat map now, they just kind of went away. You don't see any support for the bids down here. So there's nothing to do today. But what's going to happen if regulations hit these fake prop firms? And all these prop farming degenerates can't do it no more. Well, I guess they're going to have to learn how to trade. And I'll be honest, there's some prop farming degenerates that make more money than I do a month. Yeah, great. Personally, I could care less. Um, but I've been trading before these fake prop firms even came out. I've been trading before micros even came out, years before micros came out. When micros came out, that was awesome. Um, I took like $2,000, throw it into an account and learned how to trade, and it was like, oh wow. And I would blow up to 2,000. A few months later, I put in another couple thousand. And that's how I learned. I learned to trade off of the big boy contracts. And the micros came about, and I was like, whoa, that's going to be a lot easier for people to learn. They can stay in the market. They can just trade one micro. They can take a $2,000 account, trade one micro, and then maybe survive. And then all of a sudden, Top Step came out. I think that was the first fake prop firm was Top Step. I have some buyers, I have some sellers coming in. There ain't much going on. There's no high delta in there because the bubbles are not real solid. That 213 right there, that was high delta, but not getting paid for it. Not getting paid for it. Just bouncing around. Not getting paid for it. Kind of drifting up and down. Top Step, I think, was the first fake prop firm that came out. Actually, I did an account with them. Uh, it was pretty good. There was a guy, I think his name was Tom, I can't remember. I don't think it was Hogarth. Hogarth, no. But he was a floor trader. He was a floor trader. Uh, I was working at SeaTac, uh, another government contractor, and I was slinging code for them. And I jumped in the top step, and I would trade in early mornings, and I eventually blew the account. But it was fun because I was like, "Wow, I only have to pay like, 50 bucks," and well, at that time, I think I only paid like 50 bucks. I was like, "I only have to pay 50 bucks? Shoot, this is the way to go." Um, but now what I do, I trade Bull Knox, and I got like 5 funded accounts with Bull Knox. I just use the money from that and just throw it into my personal account. Boring day, not much going on. As you can see, we just consolidated. Not a very good day to stream, to be quite honest. Not a very good day to stream. See, if you tried to go short here, um, and you have a sell imbalance right here, but right here, you're in a balanced market. Right here, you're in a balanced market. It came up, sold off, came back up, trying to find value. We're in a balanced market right here, a little consolidation area. So that's why you really shouldn't be taking something like that because we're in a balanced market. You can ping pong back and forth and try to scalp yourself like 3 to 5 points. Yeah, you can do that. But if we broke this, the next support is down here around 895 because of that large buyer right there. That would be the next support area. But yeah, we're just in a balanced market, just ping ponging. Uh, that's all we're doing. Not much is going on. We had a little persistent buying, but ain't nothing going on. Nothing going on, people. Let's look at this. As you can see here, not much is happening. Kind of moving between 800 and about 150 points from the high to the low. Let's take a look at this. From the basically the high to the low, we got about 200 points. Um, Not much is going on. Yesterday was awesome. We caught a nice short and made like 150 points. Um, Not much is going on today. What could happen is we could just sit here and just try to balance out, fill up these low liquidity areas right here, and just kind of fill this out into a nice D shape, kind of like how this day right here was. We could probably fill out into a nice D shape, just nice balanced day. We don't know. That could happen. 1 o'clock, Trump could get on and say some crazy stuff, and the market does some crazy stuff. We have no idea. Yesterday, we were a B shape. As you can see, we were in a B shape, and that is bearish. And as you can see, we're trading below that. Now, if we can break this area, this 25,065 area right up in here, if we can break that, we might be able to come up here and test the 25,300s. Are we going to do that today? Probably not. I don't see it happening, in my honest opinion. I just don't see that happening. And the reason why is just because uh, the action that I'm seeing so far in the morning is just not there. The action is just not there. Uh, that's what I'm seeing so far. The action is just not there. You got a little resting order down there at 48, around 50 area right up in here. It's kind of drifting away, but we're not seeing much. Not much is happening, folks. Kind of a boring day. Kind of a boring day. Yeah, we had a, make sure you like and subscribe. Um, we had a 33 get filled right here. We're right up at the top, but the problem is you got right up here at 25,000. You got all these resting orders sitting up there. You see that dark red line? There's a resting orders sitting up there. The action we had yesterday, they would have tested that. We ain't got nothing. We got some 33, 31 volume. We got some low negative delta there at 46, at 31. That was low positive delta because the bubbles are just light. They're light. Nothing's really going on. Let's see. Let's take a look at some big orders. Bubble volume of 50 or more. We're not seeing anything. We're not seeing anything. That's just that's just low. Let's go to 25 volume. 25 volume, yeah, minimum volume of 25 per tick. Uh, that's there. This is really slowing the system down. There's some performance issues that I got to fix with this, and it will get done. There were some performance issues with the DOM, and I fixed that yesterday during power hour. It was running nicely. Once I fixed it and I ran it for 2 hours, I didn't get any threading issues with the code. That was good. Uh, there's an error message that I saw that popped up for NinjaTrader that showed me that message. Uh, that was the garbage collector complaining, like, "Hey, buddy, why are you trying to make me work so daggone hard?" Well, because I'm painting a lot of crap on the screen. That's why. There's just some threading issues I got to fix with this heat map. Once I fix the threading issues with it, that'll go away, and also the performance. Once I really lock down and refactor a lot of code, I will get the performance up and running. But the way software development is done is you just throw code together and get a prototype working. You get things working, and then you work from there. Oh, you got some performance issues? Yep, let's go ahead and fix that. Oh, you got some threading issues? Yep, we got to fix that too. That's the way the sausage is made in software development. If you're a software engineer, you'll understand. You just throw code together and get things working, and then you build it as you go. There's no way you're going to just sit there for a week and write clean, awesome code and everything's going to work. AI is not going to do it. AI is not that intelligent right now, to be quite honest. Yeah, the channel will grow. I have not advertised. What I'm looking to do is just get this locked down. Uh, this pulse indicator locked down pretty good, and then, we had 68 volume come in, 70 volume come in, 72 with some pretty positive delta. Delta was a little bit heavier than the other ones, but I don't see us doing very much. The channel will grow. I'm gonna advertise, the channel once I get this pulse indicator kinda locked down. I'm gonna advertise we should pick up more people, and I pick up more people as I'm streaming. I'm gonna talk with, uh another content creator. I'm gonna try and get in touch with him. Uh, Me personally, I could care less about live streaming. I just want to sit here and trade in the morning and write some code after I trade like 2 3 hours in the morning, and write some code and get the Ninja Traders built out pretty good. And also, once I have support for this indicator and we got some good decent revenue coming in, then I will do my long-term plan, and that is build my own trading platform, uh, my own order flow trading platform, a lightweight order flow trading platform. Will not have a lot of bells and whistles, but it will be solid. Yeah, we don't have much participation going on. There's just not much going on. 9:30, we really don't have anything. It's a Friday. We really need to go into next week and start cranking out the volume again. You got those large resting orders at 25,000 still sitting there. You got a little bit up here at 995. It looks like. Yeah, these right here on the DOM, you can see them. You can see them a little bit on the main window. You can see them on the pulse indicator. Yes, I understand the threading issue. Um, Boy, those buyers, see those large resting orders right there, and those buyers right there. That's 62. That was a lot. That's heavy delta. That's good positive delta. But the problem is they got absorbed, and we just kind of drifted right back down, right up in this area, right up in here. We don't have a lot of resting orders, but right up there around 2520, it looks like we do. Right up in here. I don't think we'll get there because we got to get past 25,000. We got some large resting orders up in here. Whoa! Look at that. 128. This is a 1 minute. This is a 1 minute chart. Each column is 1 minute. We got big delta right there. 128 volume right there. In that area about 905, 2505. It'll be nice to have a tick merge for this pulse indicator. Let's take a look and see what the other chart's looking like. Yeah, not much. Not much is going on. Uh, you can get in contact with me. Here, let me show you something that's public. No, that I think that actually here. I'll just write it in chat. Um, you can get in contact with me by sending me an email at chall0311 at gmail.com. Um, so if you want to get in contact with me by email, you can just go to chall0311 at gmail.com. I need to put a support page up on the website, but I've just been so busy writing code for this that it is just it's taking so much of my time. I got to trade. I got to trade. I have to write code. Uh, I got a wife and a kid, so there's not enough hours in the day, to be quite honest, to get everything done I need to get done. There's some resting orders up here at around 2520, as you can see on the heat map. I don't even know if we'll even get there. We got a large negative delta that we're currently sitting at from the past few minutes ago, that 128 large negative delta right there. If we can get past that and hold this area, we could possibly test the 2520. The problem is if we can hold it. As you can see here on the DOM, we've got 117 negative delta that we're just kind of drifting below. Yeah, see what I mean? And it's just been the kind of day it's been. And I really wish I could have traded good today. I got two Bullnox funded accounts that I really would like to get a payout on. Um, but you gotta pick your battles, to be quite honest. If anybody understands Sun Tzu, the Chinese general back a long time ago, Sun Tzu, you pick the battles that you know you can win. That's kind of like with trading. You have to understand when you need to trade and when not to. Pick the days to trade, the days that you know you can win. Right now, for me personally, I would not be clicking buttons just because look where we're at. We're not doing anything. I'm not seeing any large participation. There's no large participation. Earlier this morning, looks like there was, and I was kind of happy. I was like, okay, this is going to be a pretty good day, like it was yesterday. Nice 150 points. That was awesome. And in the beginning, I kind of like uh, small loss, small profit, and then there was a really nice trade. Yes, I know we have issues with you. Um, Today's not the day to pick to be trading. To be quite honest, shut it down. Don't be trading. If you have a eval and you're pretty close to passing, or it's sitting pretty, I, I would personally I wouldn't touch it. Not today. Not today. Come back next week. Do it. Don't be clicking buttons, draining that account, and then blowing it, or your funded account and blowing it, and then regretting it the whole weekend. Don't be doing that. If you can only, I mean, you got Monday through Friday. Let's say you only take a couple of trades a day, but you have to sit there for 3 or 4 hours. And some people don't have that time. I understand that. We got big resting order at 964 right there at the point of control. Um, I understand that. But you really have to pick your battles and understand that it's this area right here. It's a little bit dark, or a little bit highlighted right there. Um, Pick your battles that you know you can win. Oh, we got 140 that just kicked off. That's big negative delta. We could be drifting down, testing the lows now. Well, I say that because I'm kind of hoping for that. Yeah, we got 100 lot that got filled. Um, Yeah, we got 100 lot right there at 964 where I said we had that resting order. And it looks like, are we going to puke out the 24,900? Uh, let's be honest. This would be a valid trade right here. that sell stacked and balanced? Not really because it's a little too high, but, you got 47, 48, so you could probably try to break that, but you have to understand you're right here in a balanced market, okay? You're right here in a balanced market. So you have to really pick your battles. Are you willing to risk a full stop out to try to break this balanced market and drift down to 24,900 where we had that large buyer? Me personally, no, I wouldn't. But there's some people that'll be clicking buttons trying to get the short. And if it pays off, great. Uh, but it's not in my trading realm. It's just not. You have to understand auction market theory. Peter Steinberger, I can't remember his name. But back in the 80s, he was a floor trader and he came up with like the auction market theory. Uh, like yesterday. Yesterday was great uh, day to teach because, for one, the market searched for value, then it got balanced, then it searched for more value, then it got balanced. I mean, it was great. Nice win uh, yesterday. Today, not so good. I have not taken one single trade today. Not at all. Not one single trade. Some of you might have made 20, 50 points today. That's awesome. I have not taken one single trade just because I'm not feeling it today. For one, we're missing large participation. And that's what I like to play. I like to play off the pain of the big dogs. 100 lot sell? Yeah, that's pretty significant. But don't get all happy about that because for one, we ain't got any large participation from like 20 from like 820 up here to 25,000. I mean, we don't have any large participation right up in here. The institutions are not playing today. Goldman, BlackRock, Citadel, the big boys, these hedge funds, they're not participating today. Could they? Yeah, they could pick up. I doubt it. It's 11 o'clock. Normally, I stop trading. I would not be clicking buttons after 11:30. That's just my trading plan. That's my trading plan. I trade from 8:30 to 11:30. I make most of my money within 2 to 3 hours, period. If I make money, good, I'm done for the day. I don't try to keep clicking buttons to try to build it up more, and let's say I'm up $1,000. Let's say I get back 200. I'm not too happy about that, but oh well, maybe I took a bad trade. My fault, not the market's fault. They ain't stop hunting me. These institutions don't give a crap about us retail traders. We're 5% of the market. Uh, so they don't care about us. Uh, you need to blame yourself. You're the one that gave the money back to the market. And I've done that plenty of times. But if I'm up 1,000, then all of a sudden I lose 800 and I take another bad trade and I'm up 600, guess what? I'm done. I'm done for the day. Yes, the next trade could have been a winner and made me $500,000, but guess what? I'm done for the day. Uh, Throughout the years, I've just built that discipline to just walk away. Uh, I think it's Kenny Rogers, the gambler. If you're not into country music, that's fine, but listen to it and listen to the words. Just really listen to the words. And if you don't want to listen to the words, just type it up in Google or go to ChatGPT, type up Kenny Rogers, the gambler lyrics, and read it. See what I'm talking about? That 100 lot, what'd you get? Maybe 5 points? The odds were not in your favor. Why? Because we're in a balanced market. And another thing, we don't have any large participation. We need the big dogs playing. For me, my trading plan, I need the big dogs to play. For one, I need a big dog for support if I'm gonna run with them. I need to use them as support, or I play the pain off of the institutions. And these institutions, like yesterday when I was streaming, there was one trade they took, and I don't know, it was like 400 lots, and I'm like, they're not gonna lose within 20 points. They're not gonna lose like $250,000. More than likely, if they're shorting and they starting to get squeezed, they're gonna cut it, and if it's looking good, they're gonna flip and go the opposite way, and they're gonna help push up the market. For one, they gotta cover, they gotta buy it back, and that's gonna squeeze it even more. I like playing the pain off of them. Like this 100 lot, I wouldn't do that. Why? Because, well, for one, we're in a balanced market, and another thing, what I like to see is I like to see, let me see if I can pick an area. Well, this is somewhat like it. It's really not valid, but you can kind of get the concept of what I'm talking about. Like the 71 lot. Okay, that's great. Not a really serious big dog play, but hey, you can use the support of that 71 and try to go short on the break of this. Maybe get yourself 10 points. Where's your stop? Well, stop's up here because if they start taking heat, more than likely they're going to cover because we don't have any large participation. But right here, we're moving up, and we got a 134 lot, and we traded green. Once we start breaking that, they're going to short, and we got a little pop. Probably got maybe 15, 20 points out of that. You're not going to get the whole pie. You're not going to get the whole. Okay, hold on. You're not going to get the whole pie from here to here and make yourself 100 points. And if you do, you're lucky. But the way that I trade is, do I want to get from here to here and get myself 30 points? Yeah, that's a $600 trade. That's a $600 trade. I don't give a I don't care about missing a whole move. I just don't care anymore. I just want part of the move. And the reason that I think like that is because, well, for one, I played the low float pump and dumpers. Like I wrote a program that would scan news and read the headline, and it would scan the news that would move the market. Oh, such and such company has passed phase 2, and it's looking phenomenal. Amazing results, things like that. And I would just scan the market, and then when they wanted to push it up, and they want to pump it up, yeah, I sit there and ride and get like 5, 10 cents out of it. Sometimes you get a winner, you get like quarter out of it. Yeah, that's fine. But that's where I got the mentality of is I don't want the whole pie. I just want a piece of the pie. I just want to get in, get green, sell a little bit, and move to a break even to see if we can't get a runner. And sometimes those runners are 100 points. Like yesterday. Nice, nice, nice. It was awesome short. But you're not looking for the whole pie. You're just looking for a piece of it. Like the old saying goes in the market. Bull bulls the bulls make money, the bears make money, and the pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a pig. It's just plain and simple. You got two options, up or down. You just have to the market is every day the market tells a story, and it's your job to read that story. In the beginning, I thought the story was good. Have a little 160, 134. We had a nice little pop, 167. Kind of sold off. I was like, okay, maybe we'll go back and get some support. Maybe on these 3 candle runs right here, maybe on this candle right here, we could get a 200 lot short right up here. And then all of a sudden, when we start closing above it and we start trading above it, you get in, and then your stop is down below that, and try to play the pain off of maybe a 200 lot seller and try to play the pain off of it, get to the highs there where that 167 was, and then sell half, move to a break even, try to get yourself a runner. And you don't need to be trading the minis. You can sit there and trade the micros. Trade the micros like 4 or 6 contracts. Go in 6 contracts. Sell 2 or 4. Pay yourself a little bit, move to a break even, see if you can get yourself a runner. All right, we're starting to come up here to the highs here. We got 47 lot up there. That was that one right up there. Really didn't get paid that much. Kind of sold off. I mean, they got paid some money. They got paid like, I don't know, 40, 50 points. How much was that? Yeah, probably about 60 points, but you're not going to get the whole pie. You want a little piece of the pie. Maybe you took the short on this 45 lot. Maybe you saw that sell imbalance. Maybe you took that. It's not a valid trade because it needs to be 50% of the move from the high to low. And maybe you got yourself 20 points. 20 points on a mini is $400. On a micro, it's $40. On 5 micros, that's $200. You don't need to get the whole move. You need to get part of the move. In a day like today, see money, take money. See $100, take $100. If you want to click buttons. We got some little push going on up in here. Get past that 47 lot, we might test the 2520s. If we can test 020s, that would be good. And we got a little 50 lot that kicked off, 36, little 50 lot. What's the pulse indicator doing? What are we doing here? We got some good positive delta because the bubbles are nice, solid green. What that's telling me is that we've got heavy positive delta. And look over here on the DOM. Look over here on the DOM, you've got 98, 99, you got nice big positive delta. That's what those bubbles were telling me. And this is going to get released. Hopefully I can release it next week. The DOM's going to get released Sunday night at 6. The DOM's going to get released. It's in alpha. You'll need level 2, but just run it and tell me what you think about it. Is it running smoothly for you? Are you having problems with it? Just tell me in the YouTube comments. I really need to work on the site. I need to stop working on these indicators and add-ons. I need to work on the site and get a support page up and running. There's a lot of things I need to get going. I'm going to try to get it done this weekend. I wish I had a team of I mean, even if I had a junior developer helping me, that would be awesome. Yeah, we're kind of drifting down. We're not seeing much support right here on the heat map right here. Got a little negative delta that kicked off. We're not seeing much going on. But I'm seeing right here on these prints, like 14.5, we got 12 and 15. You got 15 and 8, you got 12 and 6. I mean, the sellers were in control up in this area. But what we're seeing, you're seeing just it's thinly traded. It's thinly traded up in this area right here. It's thinly traded. Okay. When you come back down here to 24,980, you got 224 positive delta. Then up here to between 972 and 974, you got some good positive delta that could be support. That's about it. You got a big negative delta. Looks like that bubble was pretty big, pretty solid. So that was kind of negative delta right there. Was it 2501? That was probably that 51 lot right there that kicked off. Today's not the day to be trading, to be quite honest. So when we come down here, what I used to do with Jigsaw trading is I traded strictly off the DOM. I had like a 5-minute in the daily that I would have off to the side as like context of where we are. But kind of like what I like to do is we have a nice ledge right here. We got 1425 for the volume at 24,980. So at 980, you got 200 and a quarter positive delta right there. If we trade down in here, you got that as support, but you don't sit there and go long because you could easily, uh, well, for one, you have to have down in this area, you have to have some buyers stepping in. And I'm seeing buyers. Uh, the resting orders, they kind of stepped in a little bit. That's why we kind of drifted up. Once you start seeing that, what I would normally do is I would go long, let's say like at 82, then I would try to get up here to 92 and probably try to get me 5 points, sell half, and move to a break even and try to get a nice runner. That's what I did with Jigsaw. That's why I wanted to build this DOM out for trading stuff like that. Now this, yep, see how we're losing this. We need to keep this right here. If not, we're going to drift down into this thickly traded area right here to like 963. We're point of control. We need the bids to start stacking. We need the bids to start stacking, start eating up those asks. Right now, I'm seeing more people sitting on the ask than there is on the bid. That's why we kind of drifted down a little bit. That's not what you want to see when you're trading off the DOM. It's not what you want to see. Personally, I wouldn't trade today anyways, even using the DOM, just because it's not doing anything. I mean, we're not doing anything. We're sitting here. We're not doing anything. Right here, we had a 50 lot that didn't get paid off. We have a persistent buyer up there that got absorbed. Uh, if you want to scalp yourself, 5-10 points, you can do it right up in this area. Just because you got 47, yeah, had sellers right here. 36 and a 50, yep, had persistent buying right there. We closed below it. We closed below that 50 lot. That 51 lot that kicked in, you possibly could have tried to be like, okay, in this ledge right here, that right there is the profile of the bubbles. So you can get on the break of that, try to get yourself 10 points and lock it in. Why? Well, because we're in the balanced market. We'll probably come down to here and probably bounce off of it. Or we could break right through and sell off 100 points. Who knows? We have a persistent selling right there. So if you were in this, you would put your stop right there above that persistent seller. That persistent seller gets taken out, I would want to be out. Right now, you'd probably about 10 points maybe. If you were trading this and trading that, you just get in there about 20 points. There we go, 20 points. You want to see more persistent buying stepping in. You want to see volume start kicking in. You want to see that delta not going up the way it is. You want to see it going down. You want to see that current delta be going down. You want to look over here at the DOM. You got some support right there. Right there. In the past, we had some big negative delta right there. You want to see that trading below and holding below. But personally, I wouldn't take the trade. Why? Because we're in the balanced market, for one, and second of all, we're right in the middle of a balanced market. We're right in the middle of a balanced market. That's not what you want to see. See? We're right in the middle of a balanced market. Why would you go long or short? Yeah, I mean, AI is good for light tasks. I use AI. I just don't try to build a whole complete app with it, to be quite honest. And the site I built out in Rust using Axum. So uh, the site was, I just built that out. What I need to do is build. I need to keep working on the site and build it out a little bit more. Uh, but yeah, my productivity level, because I use Zed IDE. and I'm able to bounce questions and do things on an on an AI level with them, because they have their own back end, and it's good. It really is. I was able to fix some issues, when I don't wanna sit there and really try to debug an issue. I'll ask, "Hey, is there I'm getting this bug. Where is it coming from?" Most of the time, they can be pretty accurate and tell you. I wouldn't try to build a whole complete app with it, to be quite honest. I did test, AI one time. We got buyers that got absorbed right here. Yeah, stacked and balanced, and we had persistent buyer that got absorbed because we kinda traded below. We are in the middle of the balance, though. So I tried to build out I was like, "Okay, let's see how good this is," and I built out a website, and I was like, "Okay, build" it was something simple, and then build out, it was just something a demo on, like, my local, MacBook. And then I was like, "Okay, build in a login system," and kinda built that. And then I was like, uh, "If someone actually built this out and then put it out on the website, they would get hacked in a matter of minutes." Because you could do a man in the middle attack and then spoof who you were and get logged in right into the system where it would where you would be a legitimate user. And I was like, "No, this is not what you wanna do." So someone that's not a software engineer that understands software development, uh, you gotta be real careful about what you're trying to build. Because I looked at it and then I told it, I'm like, "Oh, there's a security vulnerability," and I typed out the whole thing, and then I was like, "You need to fix this. How are you going to fix it?" And yeah, they were able to fix it, but I had to coax it and walk it through it. Uh, Now is AI going to get really good in the future? Yeah, it will. Is it going to replace software engineers? They've been saying it's going to replace us for a few years now. And I don't see it being, I don't see it replacing us. I know Facebook and Amazon and all them big techs thought that they were going to use AI and then replace people like me, but that didn't quite happen. And also, software development, what a lot of people think is all we do is just sit there and write code and sling code around and just write code. There's a lot more to it than just doing that. You've got to understand architecture, how to build things out. It's I mean, there's a reason why we make six figures plus. It's not just because we can sit there and write code. So we're really not doing very much. We're just sitting here in a balanced market. Let's go back over to the pulse indicator that I've been working on. Yeah, not much is going on. We got some resting orders at about 010, right up in here, 010. You got a 54. So what I want to do with this, I need to lock down the performance issues with this. I need to fix that threading issue, which I fixed for the DOM last night. I'm going to need to do the same thing for this. Uh, so I'm going to fix that threading issue uh, with that message I get sometimes. Also, what I need to do, the performance of this DOM was it was lagging a little bit. I wasn't happy with it, so I refactored some code, and the performance for the DOM has been significantly improved. So I will compile it and build it so people can download it on the site this weekend, Sunday at 6 p.m. You'll be able to download it. You'll have this DOM. You'll be able to download it and test it out. I don't have any execution buttons yet. That will come in the future. Just it's an alpha build right now. This is a prototype. It says OFE DOM prototype. This was my prototype. I'm going to compile it and build it and throw it up on the site so people can use it for next week. And just tell me how it runs for you. You'll need level 2, but just tell me how it runs for you. Uh, it needs to run smooth, and then once I get enough people using it, and it runs okay for them, then I can move on to building out the execution buttons so people can trade off of it. Uh, and then this right here, the pulse indicator. Uh, the reason we're having performance issues, the reason I'm having performance issues with it is because I'm trying to paint way too much on the screen, and the garbage collector for C# is just complaining, and it really is trying to churn. It was basically the same way with the DOM, and I refactored the code and got the performance up and running great. As you can see here, we have some resting orders up there prior at 2510, 2520. We got some up in here. Not much. What I want to do is kind of build out the resting orders where it's not going to show this heat map unless, like if you're on the NQ, if it's 20 or less for a resting order, it's not even going to show. It needs to be like 20 or more for it to show. And then the more it is, then the gradient will change for it. I will get that done and work on that. But this is for NinjaTrader. It's not a bookmap replacement. I mean, I guess it could be if all you use bookmap for is the bubbles and the DOM. I guess you could use this. But bookmap does more than just print bubbles on the screen. It's a pretty huge desktop app. And if I can get some pretty decent support for these NinjaTrader indicators and add-ons, in the future, if I get good support for this, and in the future, what I would like to do is build my own desktop trading app. That is the long-term goal, is to take what you see here and have it into a lightweight order flow trading app. And in the beginning, it will be connected to Rhythmic. You'll be able to connect to like Rhythmic. You'll just have to choose Rhythmic. And I'm talking like later on this year. And I'm only going to do that if I can get good support for the NinjaTrader stuff that I'm building. Because then I won't have to focus 100% on trading. Because right now I got to pay the bills on trading. That's why I don't sit there and click buttons all the time, because I have to, when I click that button, I got to make sure. If I'm in my personal account, I got to make real sure. But Bullnox, I've got 5. I have 5 funded accounts with Bullnox. 2 of them I've already activated. I need to activate a third one, but the other 2 I've got grinded up pretty close. I need to do, hopefully next week I'll be able to grind them out into a payout. But the one thing that sucks is the consistency rule. Like, come on. Yes, I'm consistent, but sometimes you get a home run and you'll sit there and make $1,000, $1,500 in a home run, and then it screws your consistency with these prop firms are designed for you to fail. They are designed for them to make money and take your money. These prop firms are awesome for people that know how to trade, pass evals, and get funded, and then use that money to get payouts. But they understand that, yes, you got to deal with the stupid little rules. And on a personal account, like I could trade a personal account and I can make money. And I did before because in the past, I didn't have these prop firms. I would blow like $2,000 accounts here and there. I mean, I made six figures being a software engineer, so I could easily replace that. Plus, I was single at the time. So it was easy for me to blow $2,000, $3,000. About a couple months later, I just throw more money in. And eventually I learned how to trade. Uh, but these prop firms are great for learning. They're great. Uh, then you got some prop farmers, which I don't do that. Now I do like I'll go into an eval, like if I have like the 5 funded accounts I have, yeah, I I mean, I blew up the evals on a couple of them just because I was like, "Yeah, whatever, it's an eval." It was like $15 a month. I was like, "Yeah, whatever, it's an eval." And then some of them I was like, "Ooh, I'm $1,000 away from getting funded? Okay, let's be serious about this." And then I would take a few good trades and just pass it. And I got 5 funded accounts. So, uh and these prop firms are awesome to be able to take trades and build out your own personal account. They're really good. All right, we had a 100 lot in the past that kicked off at 964. Now, what I would like to do for this pulse indicator is this right here. As you can see, there was a 167 up here, a 71, a 36. What I would like to do is take all these big trades, and I thought about this last night, and let me know what you think about this in the comments. Right now, the pulse indicator, right now I've got a minimum volume of 25 to even show a bubble, and that is per tick. I need to tick merge this and use what's called tick binning and actually merge it into kind of like how I have here on the DOM. Like I have it right, I have it tick merged to 4 ticks. That's why you see 968, 69, 70, 71, 72, because I just tick merged it to 4 ticks. I need to do that for this because some days, kind of like this, it'd be tick merged to like 2. I would just set it to 2. On like a high ATR day, maybe 30 plus, I would set it to 4. But what I would really like to do is right here on the left-hand side, I want to have 2 columns. I want to have one that says time and one that says volume or VOL. And what this is let's say like on this one right here, like right here, this 100 lot. When did that kick off? That kicked off at like 10:52 at like 963. So 10:52, 963. So we take 10:52, 963. Now let's come over here. So at 963, it would show up on the left-hand side here. On the left-hand side, it would say time, and it would give you the time, and then it would be like a pill dot, kind of like I have here on the DOM. These pills that show up, it would be like this 100 lot over here at like 964. So at 964, it would say the time of when it was and the volume of that big lot of 100. Also, I need to write the code. What I need to do is write the code because right now that 100 lot is just one order. Well, I need to write the code because these institutions, they do 2 things. And they're really sneaky about this. They do 2 things. They either mark it in and they go in like 25 lot, 50 lot, 100 lot, 200. I mean, yesterday we saw like 500 lots kick off. A couple of them just boom, just showed up. I'm like, holy smokes. That's why when you're looking at the DOM, that's why you see you might be at 993 and then all of a sudden you get smoked down to 980. Well, that's because they just ate up all that liquidity right there. They just ate it all up, and that's why it kind of jumps down. Um, But there's 2 ways that they do that. One is they just go in large. They go in like 30, 50, 100 lot, or they do what's called order slicing. In these institutions, they do order slicing. So, and here's the thing: they have meetings in the mornings, and the desk traders for these institutions, they get marching orders. Okay, they're like, "Hey guys, um, we gotta sell. We gotta sell 100, like 100 contracts today, or we have to buy 100 contracts, or we have to do both, or whatever." Just because they got big clients that go to them and say, "Hey, I want to buy 500 lots. I want to buy 500 contracts of NQ futures." Okay, and then Citadel or BlackRock would be like, "Okay, we can go ahead and do that for you," and then that's how the market moves. I mean, that's just how the market moves. These institutions don't give a flying crap about us retail traders. Stop hunting us and building liquidity, and they use us for stop hunting for building liquidity. BS, BS. We're 5%. We're 5% of this humongous, humongous beast. We're just 5%. They don't give a flipping crap about us. But what they'll do is they'll do order slicing. They'll take 100 contracts and they'll either fill it all at once, like this, and that's why that bubble shows up, or they'll sit there and do 10 contracts 10 times and still get that 100 order. But they'll sit there and do it within like 500 milliseconds or like 1 second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the code and be like, okay, in the beginning, it's going to be like, okay, minimum volume for this, which I have set here, the bubble volume I have set to 30. It'll be like, okay, is that a 30 volume? Are these 30 contracts they got filled within like 500 milliseconds? Okay, then the bubble will show up. Or is it one whole lot of like 50? Like that 47 that just kicked off. And we got 63 on the volume right there. The delta is pretty high because the bubble is pretty solid. When you see the bubble is not that solid and it's a little translucent, the darker the bubble, the more delta it has. That's the way I just did it. Like this 82, delta not so high, but it is there. 63, pretty large delta. Let's go to this right here. So we had 109 delta for this. So that's pretty significant. But that's how these institutions do it. And that's why right here on the left-hand column this weekend, I'm going to put time after I fix all the performance issues with this, because the way software development is done, you just sling code together and you get a prototype working, and then you go ahead and do what you need to do and get the threading issues fixed, get the performance issues fixed, refactor some code, kind of clean it up. But I'm going to put one column time, another column volume. And what it's going to be able to see is you'll be able to see, look over to the left and be able to see, okay, that 100 lot was kicked off at 964 price, and it'll show up here. But also the left-hand side of it, the first column on the left, will show you what time it got kicked off. That's what I want to do this weekend, is have 2 columns there and put time and volume so we can track these large orders that get filled. And also, I will be writing the code to read. We got 117 that just got kicked off. We got 88 volume right there. So like the 56 and the 88 right there. What would show up would be the time and the volume that got kicked off. So maybe that 55 lot was kicked off at 9:40, and this 88 lot was kicked off at 11:30. Well, you would understand that that 88 was what time it got kicked off. I want to build this out and do things. I don't want to sit there and build a bookmap clone. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to build something out that is useful, that has more stuff than just a bookmap clone. I want to build stuff out that people will be like, oh, wow, this is a small feature, but really nice. Okay, I like that. Bookmap doesn't have that. I kind of like that. I had one person tell me in a comment, he's like, I was on the fence of buying Bookmap, and then I saw just this right here, just this right here. He's like, oh, well, now he's like, I don't think I'm going to spend the money for Bookmap because he asked me, how much is this going to cost? And I was thinking, well, for right now, it's free. But what I'm thinking about to get support to be able to build it out even more, build more onto it and be able to really do something nice is it's either going to be like for 1 year, $150, or it's going to be $25 a month. Well, if you do 150 for a whole year, that's like $12 a month. And if all you're using this stuff for is to find large orders and you're able to spend like $12 a month, I mean, why would you do that? I mean, why not? If that's all you're using Bookmap for, why not? But if you're using Bookmap for more things than just bubble printing, then you need to stick with Bookmap because I'm not. Could I build something like Bookmap? Yeah, I'm a senior software engineer. I'll just lead a team of developers, and I could get a junior developer and another level developer, and I'll just be like, hey guys, this is what we're going to do. Because I know that they can use AI for their productivity level to help them and build stuff faster. But Bookmap makes like millions of dollars a month. There's no way I could compete with them. No way I can compete with them. Yeah, 250 tick chart. That actually you will be able this indicator right here, right now I have it hard coded in the code. It's just hard coded 1 minute because that's what I'm just starting with. Is just 1 minute. In the future, once I get this locked down and the performance is nice, glass and smooth and everything, we got large resting orders up there around 010. Yeah, right here at 010, we got 150 resting orders, as you can see right up here in the heat map. Yeah, and I used to trade off a tick chart. I used to trade off a 800 tick chart years ago when I hyperscalped. Uh, but the way I have it, like right now, you can take this right now and just load this up on. Right now, I have it set to a 1 minute. You can do a range chart. You can do a tick chart, and this indicator will work on it. It'll work on any chart. Just do a tick chart and just load it up, and it'll show you. The pulse indicator, yes, this is going to be available. We got some large resting orders up in here. I'm reading the DOM, but I'm looking over here about 010. We got one, or are you going to fill them? Go fill him. Go for it. You know you want it. Go for it. Yeah, they're just sitting up there. I don't think they're going to do much because look at the previous. We went up there and we filled them 010s and we kind of drifted down, and we ain't got much going on. We kind of filled a little bit up in here, and then we're kind of drifting down. Yeah, the bulls ain't going to be testing them waters today, I don't think. But yeah, this is going to be set up where you can use the tick chart if you want. Right now, it's just hard coded to 1 minute just because that's what I just have. I just hard coded it to 1 minute because I want to lock down the code and refactor the code and get this locked down, then start building out those features. Then start building out, you have a drop down menu and be like, okay, I want it on a 1 minute. I want it on a 30-second. I want it on a 500 tick chart. I want it on a 32 range chart. Then it will be built out like that. And you'll be able to do the bubble volumes. So you can just come in here and be like, oh, I want to look at the minimum volume of 50. Where's the big volume at? Well, right now, that's where the big volume's at. And you got large resting orders at 010. I want to see what the 20-minute. I mean, the 20-minute. I want to see what the minimum volume is for 20. Well, that's the minimum volume for 20. You don't want to sit there and go down to 1 volume or 2 volume because that's just way too much on there, and it's going to lag the system. Why? Because, well, I've done it. So this is what we have. We got 25 lots sitting there. We got a resting order down there. It looks like it's 78. Uh, not too much. It just went away. So yeah. Also, I've looked into something. Let me. What was it? Oh, wait a minute. I have it on the. Have it on the reading. Have it on the read. Data Bento. Yeah. If we go to futures, this company right here. This company is what I'm looking at because when I start building this out, once I get support for the indicator, I can really build this out. Let's look at pricing. If I can really build this out for futures, let's go to futures. Yeah, so I can really build this out. I can't do a standard 180 a month just because, well, it's for commercial use, to be quite honest. But what we have here is a deal for investment firms, blah, 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 blah. So it's going to be $1,500 per month. But this is what I'm going to be getting. What I will be able to do, and I don't know how I really want to do this. I have to look at the legalities of this. If I connect to CME Group and run some Rust code on my server and actually accumulate all the tick data that's coming through and actually store it, and then my indicator can actually use that. And well, for one, it'll be better. And one, yeah. Uh, but what I can do is you will get level 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Because this right here, available history, 15 plus years. Level 1, top of book, yeah, 15 years. Level 2, 1 month. Okay, 1 month. And then level 3, full order book, you get 1 month. I mean, this is really nice. I mean, level 2 is good, level 3, and then start building stuff out. This is Data Bento, but the problem is it's $1,500 a month. Um, I will only do that when I get support, and then we can really start building this out. Um, but yeah, and also I'm going to need something like that anyways uh, for when I build out my own personal trading. Not my own personal, but when I build out in the long term with the NinjaTrader add-ons and indicators, once they are supported decently, then I can start working on my own order flow trading platform, lightweight order flow trading platform. It's not going to have all the bells and whistles like Trading View and things like that. It's just going to be lightweight, simple order flow trading platform. It's going to be exactly what I usually need to trade and then go from there. It's going to have stuff like this: the heat map, the DOM, couple indicators, volume profile, stuff like that, VWAP. Um, but that's way into the future. I wouldn't say way into the future. It depends on how much support that I can get for this indicator. Then I don't have to worry about trading. I can just sit there and code my order flow trading platform full time, and then we can run with it. And also maybe try to get an investor so I can hire a junior dev. Yeah, we're just sitting here drifting down. We're just sitting here drifting down. Nice little balance market. We're just sitting here back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you know what? There's a lot of money to be made back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, There's a lot of money to be made with the back and forths. I just really I had high hopes for the day when I saw this. I was like, "Oh yeah, nice move. We're moving. Yeah, good, good, good." I mean, how big of a we had a nice move from here to here. We were like uh, roughly roughly 100 points. I was like, "Okay, this is going to be good." And then all of a sudden, kind of look, I'm doing kind of down a little bit. I was like, "Okay, this is going to be good." Then up a little bit. I was like, "Okay, where are we breaking? Where are we breaking?" First 15 minutes, where are we going to break? Uh, yeah, not much. So, not my style of trading the way I trade. I need some participation in the market so I can try and get them 25, 50 point movers. That's what I need. We got a few bids sitting on the bids right there. We got a few people with the resting orders sitting, a few people sitting there, not much with that. We're there well, we were there, and they kind of went away now. We got filled a little bit. We're at 17.1. We're at uh, 28.15. There's one thing I do want to build for this DOM. I'm going to look into it later once, or I might be able to. I'll have to look at the code to see where I want to do it real quick. It looks like we're breaking down from this. Yeah. Let's see if we break down and test them 900s. What I want to do for the DOM, what I really want to do is right here where you see the nice solid colors. That's just I think I have it. I think I reset it to like 30 seconds. I'm not sure. Um, but they kind of fade away as time goes on. They just kind of fade away and then they just drop off. But what I would like to see is the imbalance right here. So what I'm thinking about doing is on the DOM right here, so you don't have to read this, is to be able to be like, okay, and this will be a user setting. Maybe you put a stacked imbalance of 2. Um, then you would say, okay, uh, unless it has to be 4 times as much. Let's say 4 and 2. It has to be an imbalance ratio of 4x and a level of 2. Well, if that is set there, then on the sell side right here, two little boxes would light up, maybe yellow right there, yellow, something like that, whatever color, like yellow, or have like a red outline border for there. That way you can look and see it just automatically in balance area, and you know what it is because you set it in the user settings of like, okay, it has to be 4x ratio with a level of 2 for the imbalance, and then it would just do a border, a red border right there to be able to show you, okay, there's 2 stacks. Or if you do like me, like has to be 400% with 3 stack levels, then it would show up. And let's say you're on the buy side, then it would show up as a green border, 3 right there because it's stacks of 3. So when you see that, you automatically know it's an imbalance area of 4x with 3 levels. That way, when you're trading off the DOM, you know where the imbalance area is. Now, it would go away. It would go away uh, after time, after like maybe a minute or something, because these actually do go away. It would just kind of drift away. Or if we trade through it, then it just disappears. That's what I'm going to have set up next for the DOM is something like that. I wish I was privileged enough to get the trade IDs like these big dogs are. because then you can really tell what institution is doing the order slicing and things like that in the iceberg orders. That would be really nice. Now you can get iceberg orders pretty good. That's why I want to look into. You can't get it 100% unless you have the actual real information that the big dogs have. We're just not privileged enough to have that. Don't have enough money to do that. But you can get 90% there. You can get 90% there with logic, with code logic that you can write. You can get 90% there. It's not going to be 100%. And people that tell you on these indicators, oh, we got 100% knowledge, it's iceberg orders, they're stinking lying to you. They're not privileged to the real information you need. But you can get there with code logic that you can write. You can get 90% there. Mm, all right. Well, it's about 10 minutes to 12. I'm going to be shutting it down at 12 o'clock. I'm going to be shutting it down at 12 o'clock. I'm going to eat some lunch, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to work on the pulse indicator. For one, I'm going to fix that threading issue that for it that I did the same thing for the DOM. And then the next thing I'm going to work on is cleaning up, refactor some of the code for to get it nice buttery smooth. That's what I'm going to be working on. Because right now it is buttery smooth. Hold on. It's not buttery smooth. Right now it's decent enough, but that's not good enough for me. I want it buttery smooth. And I'm going to go in and get the code kind of smoothed out a little bit so we can get this nice and smooth so the performance is not lagging. Because I did see, I was listening to one streamer, Bookmap done locked up on him a couple times. It was crazy. I don't know what's going on, but the CME was having problems too. So, but what I don't want to have this so where like news events, red folder events that this thing lags. I don't want that. That's why I'm going to refactor the code and get it nice and smooth. So for red folder events, this thing will run. I got the DOM working great. The performance on that, I really fixed that. And PPI this morning, I was looking at the DOM and that was just nice and smooth. I had it set to 1 tick and it was just didn't even skip a beat. That's what I want. That's what I want for this right here. And this right here kept up pretty okay with the PPI news. It kept up okay. But the performance can be better. The performance can be better. So the bubbles, as you can see there, they were kind of hollow a little bit. The opacity was kind of light on that. That means there wasn't very much high negative delta for that. That's all that's showing. Of course, you have to come up here, up into this area right here where you have some pretty decent delta, negative delta right up in here. Are we going to be able to churn through that? Got to be able to churn through that. That's why some people will be like, oh, I want to go long right here. And they're just looking at a candlestick chart and they're not actually seeing the big picture of stuff. And they're like, oh, we're not breaking out. Well, yeah, because you got to churn. You had people that were interested in selling right here. You got to churn through that before you can even get up there, and then you got to get past this for support. You have to get past the 72, 74. And this is tick merged to 4. I have a Benning. It's tick merged to 4. So every price you see is just one tick. Um, Also, I have it set here. Let's go over to just one. No, that's 41. Holy smokes. Uh, and that loaded up how many ticks? 256,000 ticks. Let's just go to one. Um, Here, let me shut this down. Um, so this is loading up 256,000 ticks for historical. Now, I can't really, I don't have control over what I have. Uh, this is on, I'm on my MacBook. This is just on a, I run it on Parallels. Um, right now we're loading up 256,000 ticks. Kind of like if you go to the ES real quick. Here, let's switch over to the ES real quick. Let's switch over to the ES. It says loading history, and then it has to load the history, and then it comes up, and we've loaded like 600,000 ticks. Okay. And then we can go to be like, okay, I only want to show 75 minimum bubble volume 75. So we got 78 here. We got 123 here. So this works pretty good. Now I don't 600,000 ticks. I don't know how long ago that is. I mean, I could write the code to print it out into the log file for NinjaTrader, but yeah. So in the future, I'm going to have this set so where you're like, okay, I want to look at the DOM, but I only want to look at when we had news that from like 8:30, and you just pick 8:30, and then it'll just load up the history of that. Like if you come in at like 9:30 and you want to know what it is, you don't want to get all 600,000 ticks history because it forms off of here, off the volume and off delta. You can just look and be like, oh, that's all I want, and that's what it will give you. Uh, but that's in the near future. That I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that in the near future. There's some stuff that I got to work on, and also this right here. When you resize this, it resizes. It just centers it and resizes it. When it goes down five levels down, it will automatically recenter. Uh, so this is running really smooth. It's not lagging the system down. You can move the chart around pretty easily. Before I refactored it, it was kind of lagging a little bit. But right now, it's not lagging. You can drift this all the way down. I need to cap how many levels, maybe 100 levels. I need to cap how many levels because someone will have a vertical, uh, not a someone will have, yeah, like a vertical screen and try to load up, I don't know, the full history or something. And then they'll be like, why is this thing lagging? Because you got so much crap in there, it's trying to load up. That's why it's lagging. So I'm going to have to cap the level 2 history, what you get. Be quite honestly, you don't need like 500 levels. You don't need that. So, and then we've got the pulse indicator that loads up. Um, right now, it loaded up 5. Here, let's go over to the NQ. let's go over to the NQ. This is going to be set to 5, but let's say we want 50. Maybe 100, maybe 500. I haven't traded NQ in quite a yeah, ES. I haven't traded ES in quite a while. 250. Yeah, so and you have to keep running the as you can see here, it passed and kind of flipped over. Uh, not going to sit there and try to get the level 2 for historical. I'm not even going to store that. Even if I had access to it, not even going to try it. Um, that's what it looks like for the ES. What I need to do is get this so where you can scroll, where you can, because right now if you click on this, you can't scroll it. I got to work on that. But right now I just want to get the performance down pretty heavily, pretty decent. Um, that's what I want to do. Just get the performance down. To be quite honest. Uh, fix the threading and then issue and then fix refactor the performance and get this nice buttery smooth. And then we can go from there. Let's do 150. Let's see, 150 minimum volume per tick. Yeah, there we go. Also, I would like to have an option set so where people can be like, okay, I don't want to know each tick what the bubble is. I just want you to sum it up and just give me one bubble for like, let's say I'm on a 1 minute, just one bubble for 1 minute. Okay. Just pick that option. Um, there's only one of me developing this, and I only have so many hours during the day to work on this. So these features will trickle in slowly but surely. But I'm gonna just try to get the main stuff working, just so people can have it and run with it. And if you like it, you can support it. If you don't want to support it and you don't want to pay 150 for a whole year of all the stuff that I get, all the stuff you get now and in the future, that's fine. If you don't want to do $25 a month or $12 a month for 1 year, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to support it. Uh, not a problem. If you think it sucks, that's fine. Uh, if you like it and you want to support the future of it, then all I can say is thank you. Like if you go into like 10 volume, that right there will show you. You go into go into 2 volume. That's like, that's a little crazy. But hey, let's go back to the NQ here. Go back to the NQ. NQ, there we go. So that's, what did I have that set to? 10 volume, I think. I can't remember. I need to cap that right there. The level. I need to cap that so they don't cover up the the stinking header up there. I need to cap that, people. Um, yeah, 10. This is for the ES. So I mean for the NQ. Uh, this is for the NQ. It's like 10 level. That's like for the 1 minute. It just goes on up the. Or we can sit there. What what I would really like to have is a kind of like a drop down. Maybe the drop down says full. That'll give you the full 1 minute, or in the future, if you're on a tick chart or whatever other chart, then it would just give you one bubble for that whole thing right there. Uh, and as it's forming, the bubble grows either red or green, and if the delta is heavy, then the opacity will be darker. So Yeah. And then if you want to have a drop down and be like, sure, just show me like so much volume or whatever. Uh, Still got them resting orders at 010 up there, as you can see right up there. There's resting orders up at 010. Um, if you want to go to 25, whoops, uh, 25, just show the tick volume for 25. And once I set up the tick denning, it will be 25 volume, minimum volume to show a bubble for 1 point because you tick bend it to 4. So it's just tick merging all that to 1 point. And I'm connected to Rhythmic. So that's what you see. I'm not connected to Tradevate or anything like that. But it's 12 o'clock. I am going to move on. I'm going to shut it down. I will be at it again Monday morning. Hopefully, we get a nice market that will move. Today was not very much. Today, we just didn't have anything much. Market really, in the morning, we kind of moved and then we just kind of consolidated. So there's really nothing going on because 1 o'clock, Trump's coming on. The big boys played yesterday, but looks like they're not running today. They don't want to play today. That's okay. So I will be at it Monday. Hopefully, I have some significant changes to show you Monday for the pulse indicator, and also the DOM will be released. You'll be able to download it Sunday night. That's an alpha. Just tell me how it runs, how you like it, how it runs. That's all I have. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll be putting out a video. Oh, yeah, this weekend I need to put out a video of how to set up the indicator as it is right here. I need to do a setup and show people how I have NQ set up. That's all I have. I'll talk to you Monday morning, 9:15.